but you can move freely right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to resize my map so it's pretty small on my screen. If I make it bigger, then it zooms in and I can't zoom it back out. Just so we found.
Oh.
Is the water clear?
Yep, the water seems like I mean it's clear as you're gonna expect in kind of like a tunnel grotto, but I mean it doesn't look like it's you know murkier or anything odd. Like it doesn't seem like there's anything odd with it. It seems like it's pretty regular water.
I will stay on the ledge and see if I can. I will search the water, see if I can find anything moving or strange.
All right, yeah, do an investigation roll.
I have +5 to passive investigation also.
Yep. Still give me the one in the tower. So basically, as far as you can tell, yeah, the water seems to be normal water. It gets deep off this ledge, so I mean you have to pretty much swim from platform to platform, but the water seems fine.
Do you want to take a look here, Grizzly? Or
I'm gonna
Frumpy?
get close to one of the edges, look around.
Yeah, I'd want to take a look.
If you're just taking a look around, it's perception. If you're actively searching for something specific or just in general, it's investigation into the tower. Either one.
Yeah, I want to see if I can see into the water, see if I can see anything moving.
Might as well see if there's anything like that.
Yeah, so you both take a look around. Other than the fact that you see Lyrene there, kind of shivering on the other end, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably head over to her. So she's shivering. So she's moving a little bit, and we can tell that she's alive.
So I mean, you can tell that her body is shaking, but for the most part, she doesn't seem to be moving otherwise.
Okay.
This is strange. What should we do?
I'm gonna. I mean, I'm gonna move into the water. I mean, and I'm gonna see. I mean, I don't know how deep it is. So
10 feet deep.
All right, so I'm gonna have to swim.
Yeah. So like I said, if you're swimming, you're gonna be acting as if you're like at difficult terrain. So you're gonna be moving at half the speed, but
But we're not in rounds right now, so.
Now,
Yeah.
if I get on those semi-raised platforms, is that sort of like a little less of impediment?
Like
yeah. So there's no
water or
impediment on
something.
either of the platforms. One of the platforms is the ones with the outlines that you're on now, Chris Lee. Those ones are you're just your feet are wet at that point. Like you're basically up to your
Okay.
ankles in just water. There's no impediment there, and those other ones are about raised 5 feet up, and there's no impediment on them either. They're out of the water completely.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
What are those platforms?
What was that?
I wonder what are those platforms?
Just like stone blocks.
Yeah, they seem to be like different raised squares that are coming out of this water.
I'm actually looking over at this cove to the west.
All right, roll an investigation while you're there, and I'll let the other people know what's going on in
No.
their spot.
Go alone, Grizzly.
So the two of you get over to that side, and basically what you do is you see Lyrene lying there, and she doesn't seem to be she seems to be shivering, but she doesn't seem to really be breathing.
She's
Check
not
on her.
breathing?
Pardon? What are you doing?
I'm gonna check on her See if I can tell what's wrong.
Are you doing that with what?
Whatever you tell me to do.
Do a
With
medicine
my
check in
face
the
and
tower.
my hands. There we
Medicine
go.
check in the
Okay.
tower.
Did I notice anything out of the ordinary over there?
So you check that cove over there, and there doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary in that cove. It seems to be just a
Okay.
raised area that seems to be pretty normal. So yeah, Frumpy, you kind of take a look at her and you realize that what's happened to her is she's probably like had some kind of water inhalation. Basically, you basically give her a few strong pats on the back to try to get her to cough it up, and she coughs it all up, and she's just like as she kind of gets the air back in her. I'm trapped in this grotto. I can't escape. Watery symbols on the walls. Probably the way out.
You mean the runes that were on the outside of that wall?
She continues to cough, and she kind of points on the east and the west wall of this little cove you're actually in. But she continues to cough, and she can't really speak much more because she's coughing so much.
Well, once she's pointed to this side, I'm gonna take a look at it.
Chamber keeps filling. And basically, as she says that, what you notice is that you see on these walls, all of a sudden what appears is these symbols that appear in the shape of water. So like it's almost like there's floating water on the walls that make these different shapes that I'm going to show you here in a second. And as these shapes start to appear, you start noticing water filling into this grotto, and the water level is slowly rising higher and higher.
If I can, I'm gonna do an Arcana check to try to figure it out.
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check, and I'm going to have a couple things pop up. So basically, the first one, the 001, basically is on the east wall, and the 002 is on the west wall. Where that square is at the end, you see, that's basically a blank space. And what happens is if you touch anywhere in that blank space, basically water protrudes from your finger, and you can make shapes with it. And if you wipe your hand over where you made the shape, it'll kind of clear the shape.
Oh, we get to be Bob Ross with water,
Kind of, yeah.
making happy little runes. Okay.
And so as you're looking at these now, the grotto is slowly filling with water. And I'll advise as you notice significant rises.
All right, I'll go to you said number 2 is on the west?
Number 2 is on the west, correct?
All right, I will go over to the west if you want to move me to where they are. Or is it on the west of the little grotto that we're in, or like the larger area in the room? Like
No,
where
it is
Chrisley had
this little
investigated?
grotto that you're in. It seems
Okay.
like she was in this spot because this is where it was happening.
Okay.
002 seems to be rotating.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
one
I was
is pretty
thinking.
easy. That one looks pretty easy. It looks like there's like the top
Are you guys
that
able
looks
to
like
draw
a
on these or not?
ladle.
With the draw?
Um,
Do you see an option with a little pencil or not?
Yep, hang on.
yeah, I see that. As far as okay, I have an idea of what to do for the number 2.
I'm not good with symbols.
I don't know if you can see what I drew.
No, I guess not.
What I drew was basically like when you look at the first rune,
Yep.
there's the first symbol has like a little squiggly thing like across the top.
Yep.
I drew basically the same thing, like in the same position.
Okay.
And then the parallel squiggles with the dot are kind of almost opposite, like if you flipped those horizontally on the first one, that's what it looked like on what I drew.
That's what I done. That's
Okay.
what I was thinking.
So yeah, so that side of the wall seems to basically the ruins and everything on that side of the wall seem to uh, fade away, and the water still seems to be pouring into the grotto, but not as quickly as it was before.
Okay.
The first
It's
one.
number 1 that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
The first one, I guess that the pattern would be to draw an M with that horizontal line on top of them.
Oh, like a letter M with a line on the top.
Yeah.
So
Is there
that-
anything like if we look at like is that all that's there? Is just so we have the symbols and okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Is anyone drawing something?
I'm actually drawing.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I will
you
try
can't
to
actually
draw.
draw. I can't see what you draw. I thought you could, but apparently you can't.
No.
No, I'm drawing on the M with like the horizontal line on top.
Okay, so Lopan is going to go up, draw the M, and then that line that's at the bottom of the M, you're going to put it along the top, like where the 2 points are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Lopan goes up, does that M, puts the line on top, kind of takes his hand away and steps back as if to kind of show that's what you guys are putting in. And the water starts to pour in faster. The water starts pouring up over the ledge onto the platform you guys are on now, and it seems like the water's to about your ankles on this ledge now. And it's getting close to getting to the 5-foot ledges to start covering those.
Does she know, like, has she figured anything out about, like, does she know anything about these or any ideas? I mean, she survived, so obviously the water goes back down, and I don't know if that's something that she did or just something that eventually went down after she started drowning.
I'm drawing a circle on top with a T towards the bottom.
Sorry, okay, that's the symbol. What were you saying? Sorry,
Uh,
Rocky?
I was wondering if she had any ideas or any clues about these. I mean, obviously she hadn't figured it out or she'd be gone. But what I was wondering was, I mean, obviously the water went down at some point because it was down when we got in here. So I don't know if that's maybe something she did or if she had found some way to slow things down. Maybe she had solved one of these, but not both of them. Or if she had any clues about them.
Yeah. She lets you know that she hasn't she wasn't able to figure either of them out. What happens is she lets you know that every once in a while the grotto, when she was trying to figure this out, would fill up. She would hold her breath. She wouldn't be able to hold her breath. She choked in some water, and then the water must have gone down. So I mean, it seems like she tried to. She said she went through this a few times already, where it completely fills up the grotto, and each time it's harder and harder because she loses like a bit more like of her constitution. Obviously, each time this happens to her, right?
I will try to draw on the second 002. If you look,
The 002 is gone now. They did that one.
it's gone, and
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah, we did that. That one was pretty easy. This other one, I don't know.
I'm thinking it's a circle on the top with the